Thank you for listening to this Belly Up Sports Podcast Network product. Some said we go belly up, so we made it our name, and we're still here.
Call yourselves Title Town? Are you kidding me?
That's fraud.
It feels like a gray area.
Spoiler alert, Canada. Cup's coming back to the US of A.
There's way too much negative stigma attached to strippers.
I hate you guys so much.
My dog just shit his ass.
Hey, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Craft Brewed Sports. It's Wednesday night, so it's time to get drunk with us. I am Mike. With me, as always, is Scott. Scott, how you feeling tonight, man?
The draft's tomorrow. That's cool.
You seem super excited about that, dude.
Yeah, the number 3 pick. Yay.
We'll talk about that a little bit. Maybe. We'll see. I don't know. I gotta be honest. Everybody's doing like draft talk and draft preview talking. Like, I'd rather talk about Trevor Bauer tonight. Drew, also hanging out with us. Mookie, how you feeling tonight, man?
I mean, I'm just curious because I've always heard people say things like, you know, the world is my oyster, and I like oysters. I think there's a time and a place. I think if done well, they're delicious. I think if done mediocre, why waste my time? So why is it not something better like the world is my chicken tender?
Thanks, Mookie. Appreciate that, man.
You asked how I was doing. That's how I'm doing.
My apathetic intro was bad. Jesus Christ.
Pre-show. Hey, guys, feeling really good about this show tonight. Gonna be awesome. It's draft night. Here's a random thing about oysters. All right, cool. Edon, save us. Edon's hanging out. Edon, how you doing, man?
I'm just confused.
Look, all right, fine. Rewind, and I'll do the shtick. I don't give a fuck about the draft. I don't. Like, it's a bunch of hype. And here's the piece of draft analysis I would like to share. Is I was listening to radio earlier, and they were talking about how Justin Fields is quote unquote sliding down draft boards. And Mel Kiper or whatever, one of those dick sticks on ESPN was talking to a GM and said, why is Justin Fields sliding down a draft board? And he goes, show me the draft boards that he's sliding down. To make the point that no one actually knows what these teams are doing. It's all just hype. It's all just talk. It's a waste of fucking time. I would love for the teams to be candid and honest and then talk about that, but that's not what's happening. I get it. It's a game of chess, and then we'll find out tomorrow how things shake out. Then I'm going to be super interested. But all right now, I could give two shits.
Fair enough. There you go, Mookie. Way to start.
Do you have a Hitler stash?
What?
I'm looking and I'm like, wait a minute.
I mean, not
your mustache underneath your nose, like
not intentionally, but at the same time, my terrible Polish heritage does not give me a great struck situation. So,
Edon, we need a ruling. What's his stash look like?
I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt and say not a Hitler stash.
All right,
okay,
hold on.
Cool. Because
I'll be right back.
I feel like he's borderline there.
Mookie just left the stream. He's going to shave, I guess. I seriously think you guys just bullied Mookie into shaving mid-show.
But did you see it, though?
I did.
All of the time, and I'm like, underneath the soul patch, I'm like, that looks like Hitler Youth.
Hey, well, this show is off to a rousing start, everybody. Do us a favor, hit share, help us out, get us in front. We are going to be talking, I mentioned Trevor Bauer. I want to talk some Trevor Bauer a little bit later today. Also, we're going to talk Madison Bumgarner's.
Madam, no, you got it right.
Madison Bumgarner. There's a Warriors-Pelican broadcast that's coming up that's a Marvel crossover, Scott. So we got to talk about that. Like that tailor-made. We're going to do Sip, Chug, Drainpour a little bit later on, and also return of everybody's favorite segment, Motherfucker of the Week. So stick around for that. We're going to get to all of that. Before we do, though, let's talk about these beers that we are drinking tonight. Scott, what is in your mug?
Oh, it's not good. It's called Keep It, and it's out of Anchorage. Yeah, they should have kept it up there in Alaska. It's from Anchorage Brewing Company, which shockingly enough is out of Anchorage, Alaska. 6.4 ABV. It's got 4.08 caps on Untapped. But I gotta say, this beer is not good. Like, this is the Mac Jones of beers, which is why I'm sad. Like, this is what I feel like I'm gonna have to be sipping on for like at least the next 3 years and pretending like I like it and support it. But Jesus Christ, if we're rating this on the NFL draft scale from first round to undrafted, I mean, this is first round because you traded up and you have to, right? Like, that's what this beer is. So I guess we'll see how it holds up. I don't know.
Oh, well, good luck with that one. Drew, you're back. What is in your mug tonight, Drew?
Hey, yo, Scotty K. Jr., what do you think now? Does that help? I'm just trying to make sure it's very clear where my allegiances and feelings lie. This is about as good as I can go right now, unless I want to get an actual razor blade out, though, because I use like the clippers.
I was just gonna say, what did you use? Because I'm trying to figure out why now there's just a little piece of hair in the middle of your lip.
Oh man, for real? Well, I was going to ask Mike how we feel about talking about former sponsors before I leaned into it, but like, let me just be honest. I didn't waste my time with no Vic over here. Let's just say that. Anyways, I am drinking a delicious IPA from Resident Culture Brewing down in Charlotte, North Carolina. I've had this one before, really like it. I'm getting into the bottom half of one of my crates from this summer, to be honest, and really strong beer. Sphere Aversion is my failure at pronouncing that after still vamping for like 15 seconds. But again, it's an ISA, actually. Sorry, it's an IPA session. So technically an ISA, 4.8% ABV, 4.02 caps on Untapped. Real strong beer. If I would have thought about it, I probably would have read our rating scale at least 30 seconds ago. I'm just going to say
first round to undrafted.
Oh, from the first, we'll go a Lamar Jackson. So very, very tail end of the first round, but still a player that has a strong impact, and it's not like he'll be forgotten other than the person that they somehow got taken at the end of the first round because the Ravens snuck back in to make what they thought was a sneaky pick.
All right.
Well, if your beer's Lamar, then my beer's definitely got to be the gym rat of beers. It never quits. It works hard. It's first in there after hours. Yeah, first one in, last one out. Absolutely.
You got the coach's son of beers?
I do. Oh. I've got the white wide receiver of beers. This is the Julian Edelman of beers. We're debating its Hall of Fame worthiness just because it's a different beer.
Robert Taylor is disappointed because he says Drew's got a beer from a summer crate, and you got to pump those numbers up, Drew. So there you go. Thank you for Robert Taylor. Edon,
I don't think Robert understands how much beer I bought this summer, but thanks, man.
What do you got in your mug, Edon?
All right. This was inspired by Scott earlier today. I got a nice Leinenkugel Summer Shandy. Oh yeah. It's easily the best summer beer out there. I'd give it a good mid-first round pick. Going back about like maybe 10 years ago at this point when the Eagles knew how to draft, I'd say it's one of those Pro Bowlers, like the last time they had one.
Fair enough. All right, good deal. Robert Taylor chiming in saying he's drinking Bottle Logic Intelligence Check, which is a 7.5% West Coast IPA with Intelligentsia coffee. Good Lord, that sounds amazing. That just sounds like a first rounder right there. Gabe is drinking local Cincy Cloud Harvest 04 from Rheingeist. And that's a solid beer. I have had that one too. And Gabe also pointed out that he learned two things today. Indiana sucks for selling warm beer, and Target sells Blanton's. Did you guys know that Target sells Blanton in Indiana? I gotta go to Indiana, bro.
Oh no, that's just think about how many people aren't in Indiana. So like they got to get rid of the Blanton somewhere in there. Also, Blanton's is good. It's good. It's not great. I'll say it. It's good.
Blanton's is great. Come on, Blanton's is a great.
Blanton's is really good. Don't poo-poo Blanton's. I will poo-poo that they like lower themselves to sell at Target. Like I really don't like the place, but
baby,
fantastic.
You do what you got to do on that one, man. You got to sell at Target. There you go, man. That's what I'm saying.
I mean, that's fair.
Andrew's drinking Homestead Brewery's 10 penny, 5.2%. So we got some people that are going to be getting tore up here in the comments. I'm excited for that.
Getting or are? Because they didn't say what number.
Look, you guys got to catch up to me because I've been doing shots of I've been ripping some Fireball before the show because that's the kind of day that I'm having. I'm drinking Blue Mesa Tropical Blonde from Pike Peak Brewing in Monument, Colorado. It's a 5.4% beer. It's nothing that special on this one. They said it was brewed with passion fruit, orange, and guava. So that's why I got super pumped about this one. But initial taste, I don't taste any of those flavors. Like at first I was like, do I have COVID? So then I did a shot of Fireball. And I was like, no, I don't have COVID. Like I could taste this. It's just that this beer doesn't have any taste. Okay, cool.
Either this beer sucks or I have COVID. There's nothing in between.
Dude, that's the world we're still living in here, unfortunately, guys. Let's just be honest with ourselves.
No, I just, I don't know. I don't get fully vaxxed until tomorrow. Fully vaxxed, fully waxed tomorrow. I can't wait for it. It's going to be great. So we're going to do, I'm going to give this one.
Wait a minute. Are you getting a Brazilian tomorrow too?
Is that where they wax your booty hole? Because yes.
Yes,
you're gonna take Mookie with you so he can finish his lip.
I mean, if they can give me a little 2-for-1 action, I'm in. Again, I just wanted it to be very clear where I stood on that topic.
Like you had that Hitler look. All right, come on in. We'll finish you up. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Kevin saying I'm an adult, get Jack Fire instead of Fireball. I will, man. As soon as I'm out of this one.
Wait a minute. What's Jack Fire?
Jack Daniels, but with cinnamon flavor to it. You know, the adult version of Fireball.
I mean, I only know
there's an
Fireball,
adult version of Fireball.
Dude,
if you're doing cinnamon whiskey, I'm sorry, there is no such thing as adult.
Right, that's what I was thinking. I was like, Fireball's its own thing.
That's a fair point. That's a very fair point. By the way, I would rate this one like late 5th round, if that. It's gonna be okay, but nothing special. You're probably gonna be a journeyman that like ends up leaving the league here soon. But
you're still gonna pull some tail in the meantime, right?
Right. Yeah. There you go.
I mean, that's worth it.
Get your chicken and then get the hell out of the league. That's what this beer is.
Ooh,
let us know what you guys. Yes, lemon pepper.
Yeah, lemon pepper chicken.
Let us know what you guys are drinking in the comments. Chime in. Rated on the NFL draft scale from first round all the way to undrafted. There's comments flying in, and I don't know what some of these are referring to, so I apologize. I'm sorry, everybody. Jen,
no, don't apologize. I like that the
no,
comment
we're not
section
talking to
takes on
Jen.
a life of its own.
We are not talking.
To become a life of its own. It's amazing, but I also like, there are people responding to what I'm saying, and I'm not paying attention to the comments as I'm talking, and then I'm behind, and then the comments don't make sense. And I'm sorry. People are making good jokes, and I want those jokes to be out there. FC Cincinnati is still horribly bad. Thank you, Jenny. Appreciate that. That is an
no one cares, Jen.
Jared says that's what being Reds fan does to you, Mike. Go D-backs. Oh, and Scott, 14 innings, 1 hit. Damn, Scott. Okay, so I feel like all right, so let's just start right there. Let's go right into some baseball talk.
Here's a pitch. Oh shit.
All right, baseball talk underway. Scott, your boys had a back-to-back doubleheader.
Son of a bitch, Jared.
Your boys had a back-to-back doubleheader against the Diamondbacks, and Madison Bumgarner threw a no-hitter through 7, and then he got one.
Well, the fuck he did. Rob said he didn't. Damn it.
That's a bullshit.
I stand with Rob. How about that? How about that one flip?
That's how bad this is. Scott just sided with Rob Manfred. Good Lord, that's how you know this is bad. Wait a second. I don't know. When did this come up that they said, no, it's got to be a full 9 innings to count as a no-hitter? Why is that?
To be honest with you, I didn't know until like 2 days after it happened. So it happened on Sunday. And I mean, like, seriously, yesterday I was sitting around and it was like, oh, by the way, that's not an official no-hitter. And I'm like, wait, why? And just because reasons? I mean, I don't know. I don't know how you're going to say, hey, this is an official game. This is an official game and we gave official rules, but we're not going to make official records for it? What?
Last year when they agreed to 7-inning doubleheaders, the Players Association and the league agreed that they wouldn't count as no-hitters if they got one. So instead, it counts on his record as a notable achievement. So congrats to Madison Bumgarner, his notable achievement.
Wait a second. That's officially how it's noted in the record books is notable achievement. Like they don't say no hitter. They don't say no hitter through 7 innings. They say notable achievement. Is Madison Bumgarner the first noticeable achievement? Like, is that the first thing?
It's gotta be
the first one to do that.
It's gotta be.
Billy Kev making the good point though that the league does feel bad for the Barbs, and I'm very excited that he hit us with the Barbs because it feels like only Braves fans know the Barbs, what the Barbs are. And so the Barbs are what we're seeing right now, the shit-tastic version of the Braves, which is very on display so far early in the season and frequently throughout my lifetime. They usually show up in the playoffs, but they figured, hey, why not show up for a weekend go at it and only get 1 hit through 14 fucking innings? Like,
Edon is pumping his fist.
Edon,
I don't know why. What's
up
up
with the Sixers? Just took a lead. The Sixers are up like 30 right now, and I don't even care about that game right now.
Wait, real quick, Edon. Let's play a game where and I don't know how this world would exist, but just assume that both the Phillies, Sixers, Soul, Eagles, and Flyers are all playing live at the exact same time, and they're all tied. Like the games are all about to start simultaneously, if you will. So you can't be like, oh, they're up 50. Who cares? How do you flip through those channels?
So you named 2 teams that I just don't care about. The Soul and the Flyers won't even get any attention from me. I'll throw in the Union though.
Oh yeah, that's who those guys are. Yeah, that's a good swap. That's a good swap. Yeah.
In order, I'd go Eagles, Union, Sixers, Phillies, and then Flyers, Soul in the basement.
Wow.
The Phillies are that low good. So every time you talk shit, I'm like, you don't even care about it.
I love all of them equally. All right.
Just like they both love their kids equally, you say that, but when push comes to shove and the kids kick off at the same time, you can only be at one spot.
Yeah,
no comment on that.
No. I will totally address this one because look, when I was younger, I said that's bullshit. Every adult, every parent has a favorite kid. I know it to be fact, and one day I'll prove it. I am a parent now, and I have a favorite kid. I'm not going to divulge which one it is, but there definitely is a favorite. And most days I do power rankings, so it's like it can switch.
Yes.
I'll be like, man, yesterday this kid was good, but Jesus Christ, he sucks today, so he's down at the bottom. And now they've been elevated, so it's like any given day it can change. But I guarantee you, when I lay my head down on that pillow at the end of the night, I'm like, such and such was the favorite, and good night.
So, Scott, I'm glad you gave us that insight because I was going to ask you if it changes. But so what you're saying is it's a very, very dynamic thing. Do you find yourself leaning one way versus the other when the season ends, if you will, a la Alabama and ESPN being on their nuts?
Yeah, I mean, I sometimes concoct ways, kind of like the NCAA, to make sure that my favorite gets in. So if for some reason they haven't played enough games, I'd be like, look, I know that he had a really shitty day and he might not necessarily qualify for being the best kid, but today he is because reasons. I can just Ohio State it and keep it moving.
See, and that's great insight.
Like he'll have a better day tomorrow, so I'll just assume.
Yeah.
The image that I have in my head is Scott laying down in bed and he's like, all right, well, here we go. I hit that pen. I'm feeling good right now. And then he's like,
he's watching all the tape.
My favorite today, and then just recaps it in his brain until he's finally like, yeah, that one was my favorite. That other one is a fucker, but this one got me today.
All right, so Scott, I'm going to push you a little bit farther here because my family is terrible. We are terrible people and we'll openly admit it because it goes beyond just the kids. It is a family-wide ranking system that gets involved. Do you extend out of the kids and then how does that factor in?
Well, I mean, it depends. Are you talking about because holidays you have your rankings just in general, overall, it's an ever evolving scale. I feel like any given day you'd be like, quick, what are your power rankings on your family? And it can change. And then 2 hours later, be like, give me those power rankings again. It'll be flipped upside down. It's very
situational. Right. Yeah. And there's times of the season it plays in.
My favorite kid all the way up until just before bed then pisses all over the seat and I gotta get down on my hands and knees and clean up his piss. All of a sudden bottom of the power rankings and it's like, see, you had a great day but you screwed it up at the end. So I mean it's ever evolving.
Scott,
Well, no,
I think
Scott.
you just figured out. Hang on, I think you just figured out how to make this show go viral on TikTok. You need to just start videoing your power rankings at the end of the night
Of my
and, like,
kids?
recapping, which kid has moved up in the rankings and which one fell down.
Yeah.
And post that video every single day. People are going to tune in to find out your kids' power rankings every single. I would watch that religiously.
See, and what you're telling us, Mike, is this is how we penetrate that 30 and 40-year-old market on TikTok, because there's a lot of those. There's so many people that fall in that demographic on TikTok. This is just an amazing idea. So getting back to the real goal, Scott.
2 comments we got to get to. Matt Stanton, sorry I'm late. Did anyone say fuck them kids? Scott, very close, Matt Stanton, very close to his idol on that one. And then Scott with from the top ropes. We all know Mike is permanently last on Papa B Power Rankings. You damn right I am. My sisters have graduated from college. My brother lives up there. I left Youngstown and I never finished college. Permanent basement for this guy.
Hey, Mike. Permanent. At least you're there and you're not unranked like you see.
Boom!
Just saying.
Got him.
At least you're there.
That's the worst type of thing where it's just you're the forgotten child in the power
Right.
rankings. It's like, oh, you play in the American.
Oh, right,
Conference.
and we had
you're
that
just
kid,
a kid
too.
in my house.
Damn. But so
I have one kid and 75% of the rankings outside the top 5.
I mean, that's fair. That's fair.
It's
Ain't
true,
nothing wrong
though.
with it.
Some
But
days
so
it's
Scott,
just like I got these power rankings, and it's like not a single one of them ranked. They all sucked. They're all at 0.
Dude,
well, and so Scott, that's what I wanted to ask though. Is there an advantage to being a niece or a nephew? Because yes, you only have those few opportunities to shine, but if you do, you're golden. Like, how does that affect your ranking?
Well, because the less time you spend with them, generally the higher in the power rankings they are. I feel like it's just like, Jesus, I spent little time with them, but they're my favorite because the time I did spend with them, that's like 5 minutes. You're like, man, you were amazing. I love you. Then you spend an hour with him. You're like, Jesus Christ, I cannot stand you. Where can I take you that I cannot be bothered with you?
But see, Scott, that's what I'm curious about. So do you think there's an advantage to being the niece or nephew who maybe,
yes,
1 out of every 4 times you literally piss the seat or piss the floor, like you said, and you just get completely left out of the rankings. But those 3 out of the other 4 times you're up there and you even have a title shot, compared to being that kid who's living in the household and is always there, but still has such a high bar to hit that number 1 spot.
Everybody loves the backup quarterback because the backup quarterback shows promise, right? Like, oh man, we're going to switch to the backup quarterback and everything's going to be great. He's perfectly fine.
Here we go.
All of our problems are going to be gone. But then you put the backup quarterback in, and you're like, shit, I remember why he's the backup quarterback. That's how it is with kids.
Unless
like,
you put him in,
time you spend with them, you're like, oh my God, this is why you suck.
Unless he's coming in at the end of a Saturday on a family trip weekend, ends up the Saturday strong, finishes Sunday brunch well before everyone leaves to go their separate ways, a la, what was his name? Tua Tagovailoa when he came in the SEC championship and took Alabama to the title. Unless that niece or nephew has that opportunity, you're right. I see point.
Here's the pitch. Oh, shit.
Shit, we were talking baseball, weren't
guys.
we?
Baseball talk. Let's get back to some baseball talk here. I just wanted to find a way to bring that transition back. I'm sorry.
Excellent. No, well done, Mike. Well done.
All right. So listen, I want to talk Trevor Bauer because Trevor Bauer, Scott, we talked a little bit last week about these Dodgers Padres series and how I think it's the best rivalry in baseball. You poo-pooed it because you're like, man, you gotta be good for longer than just one time before it's a rivalry. It's not really a rivalry. It makes baseball fucking
never how
fun
I
right
sounded.
Yeah, that's exactly how you sounded. You sounded like a black guy doing a white guy voice. That's what you sounded like. That was you sounded like Dave Chappelle's white guy voice.
Oh, hey, there's Zidane laughing.
That's exactly. You were like, listen, here's what I think. I think that the
okay, cool. Continue.
Anyways, so they played again, and it was amazing TV. Fernando Tatis went off. He had like 4 home runs in 2 games, 2 home runs in a single game off of Trevor Bauer. And afterward, okay, so here's why I think this rivalry is great. Tatis is now talking shit. He's getting, he's taunting Trevor Bauer. He did like the eye cover thing that Trevor Bauer did during spring training when he said he struck somebody out, and he said, I did it with my eyes closed. Tatis did that as he's running around the bases. So then they asked Tatis afterwards about doing this and about like pimping, or they didn't ask Tatis. I'm sorry. They asked Trevor Bauer about Tatis pimping these home runs and what he thought about it. And he had an incredibly refreshing answer that I want to play here for everybody. Let's hear what Trevor Bauer had to say.
I want to say something about that because I think it's important. He did it in the first. I didn't see it because I was paying attention to doing my job. And he did it again when he homered off again later in the game. Their dugout was doing it, and I like it. I think that pitchers who have that done to them and react by throwing at people or getting upset and hitting people or whatever, I think it's pretty soft. If you give up a homer, a guy should celebrate it. It's hard to hit in the big leagues, so I'm all for it. And I think it's important that the game moves in that direction and we stop throwing at people because they celebrated having some success on the field.
Boom! Trevor Bauer bringing the heat. Now I know everybody hates Trevor Bauer; they can't stand this guy. But Scott, this is something you have to agree with him on, right?
No, you're incorrect, sir. I love Trevor Bauer. In fact, I've loved Trevor Bauer since he was at UCLA because he's just a weird guy. But he's got like insight, and I mean, he's the pitcher version of what we want for baseball, isn't it? I mean, he walks around, he does the celebrations, he does all sorts of shit. Like I like Trevor Bauer, and here he is, like laying it out there, like. I mean, guys shouldn't get pissy about giving up home runs. We've been saying this forever. Like, if you've got a problem with it, don't suck. So, Trevor Bauer, keeping it fucking real, as usual.
Dude, I was so excited to hear him say that because here's what I liked about it. Not only was he saying it's stupid to throw at a batter, but he also was saying more batters should celebrate. He wants to see more of that excitement in the game and more celebrations from these batters, which is what this sport fucking needs, man. We need more bat flips. How long have we been saying we need more bat flips? And now Trevor Bauer is out here being like, yeah, flip the bat, celebrate. Who gives a shit? That's hard to do. I'm glad you did it. Edon, how do you feel about Trevor Bauer being okay with Tatis pimping home runs?
I mean, I don't like Trevor Bauer at all.
Either, Scott, I told you.
Yeah, no, he's a total dick. But if the ultimate troll is going to get trolled, he can't be upset with getting trolled. So it's perfect. He's a perfect guy to do it against. So I'm all for it. People should be dancing around the base paths more often.
Drew, could you imagine if Trevor Bauer ever suited up for the Phillies for his career? Dear God.
Yeah, that's gross.
Yeah, you say that now, but y'all would be loving him if he had been a career Philly.
Drew, do you give a shit about this at all?
No.
All right, moving on. Let's talk hot dogs.
And Scott falls off screen.
I'm laughing because I haven't heard anything from him forever. Pretty much assumed he wasn't paying attention to anything, and then look on his face and just the no was straight Mookie. Like it was exactly what you would have expected, and it still got me.
Well done, Mookie. Good job.
I mean, there's like, who cares? It's baseball. No one's gonna change. Nothing's gonna change. They're all old and white and annoying, like BFD.
Old and white and annoying.
I mean, right?
Let's talk about some change that actually did happen in baseball this week because it was announced from LA that Farmer John is no longer the official maker of the Dodger dog. And I got to be honest, I was crushed by this. Now, they're saying that they're going to have like other Dodger dogs and they're going through like this whole taste test with season ticket holders to make sure that the new Dodger dog tastes the same as the original Dodger dog. But I am crushed because, Scott, we've talked about Vin Scully before on the show and how amazing it was, even as people who aren't fans of LA, to listen to Vin Scully call games. I remember Vin Scully doing Dodger dog commercials as I was listening to Dodger games. And that's always been like a sports bucket list item on my bucket list of like, I want to go to LA, see a Dodgers game, and have a Dodger dog during the game. And I feel like now I can't really do it. Like, yeah, they're going to be there, but it's not going to be the same. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I agree with you. It's sad just from the standpoint of it's one of those classic things, the last few things in sports that are holy or recognizable. We're just like, oh, that's a thing that, many people will gravitate towards. And I'm pissy because the last time I was out in California, the only thing I wanted to do was go to a Dodgers game, and go figure, they were in Atlanta while I was out there. So I missed out on being able to go to a fucking Dodgers game because they were in Atlanta. So yeah, this is kind of a bummer that they're doing it. But my guess is if you've never had one, then it won't be noticeable, but it does suck that you won't be able to say, yeah, I had the original.
Hey, you got to have the original. Okay, so I want to know now. So there's certain things that I feel like every sports fan has on their bucket list. Like for me, seeing a game from the rooftops at Wrigley, seeing a game from the bleachers at Wrigley, those are two things on my bucket list that I got to cross off. I've also wanted to be in attendance for a no-hitter. That's something I feel like would be.
I've done that.
You have?
Yeah,
what hitter did you get?
Josh Beckett for the Dodgers, of course, threw one in Philly.
Nice.
Oh man! All right, what was it like the last out? Like, what is that like in the stands?
It was actually pretty cool. On the road, everyone gave him a standing ovation after it, and the final out was actually Chase Utley, and Utley actually had 2 strikes on him. He didn't even take the shoulder off his bat off his shoulder. He just let the pitch go by and walked right away. He just you can.
What a son of a bitch! Yeah,
what a bitch.
Good guy. Good
guy.
Back
up. We won't degrade Chase Utley.
What would Green Man say about that kind of bullshit, he done?
Here's what you do. You bunt. That's what you do.
Oh,
absolutely.
You're the worst. You're the worst.
No, you
absolutely
bunt.
Spoken like a true Reds fan. They're like, all right, we're going to get no hit for like the millionth time. Claw and do everything dirty you can to make sure they don't get it.
If we can't have fun, no one can.
That's just a cheater. That's just somebody who cheats.
Cheater? No, cheater.
Mike.
That's you playing to win. What, are you just supposed to roll over and die? Like, what the fuck, man? That's weak.
Wait,
You're a professional athlete.
Drew's
go try to get a goddamn hit and don't be such a pussy-ass bitch like Brett Favre falling over for Michael goddamn Strahan.
Drew's making a great point, Scott.
Drew's
making a great point because you don't like the unwritten rules of baseball. You just said you don't want them to be throwing at batters for pimping home runs, but this is an unwritten rule you can get behind that you're not allowed to bunt to break up a no-hitter?
Yeah, fuck that.
No. I've never we've discussed this. I've never been against that. What I'm saying is you're saying with the last out in like this attempt to be petty as hell where you're just like tooth and nail.
Petty as hell, motherfucker. My money's on the line.
But no, I mean, if it's clear in Chase Utley's defense, like what was the score? Like, what are we looking at here? Like, I mean, Reds fans are like, it's 20-0. Fuck it. We'll still bunt just to say we didn't get no hit.
No. LL Cool J starts playing. We got this shit. Here we go. 2 outs. Bunt, break this no-hitter up. Get to the bullpen. Let's do it, boys. Here we go. That's what I'm saying.
Serious question. Edon, have you ever seen the movie Bull Durham?
No, I have not, unfortunately.
Whoa. Okay. I don't think we hold that against him, except I think it came out in the 90s. I'm just saying. I think it came out in the 90s.
I'm a late 90s guy.
Wait, you're late 90s guy. That's fair.
Him in his dick. Yes, that is
fuck all this and listen to some goddamn reason for once. In Bull Durham, Crash Davis says the difference between a guy making and staying in this show and getting sent back to AAA for the 5th time is one seeing eye ground ball, one bloop base hit into the outfield. It is that razor thin, and that amount of difference is a lot of money in a career for a guy. So I would never fucking roll over and take one for some asshole who's supposed to be a professional at his job just so he can have a, what was it called? A notable achievement?
No, this isn't actually
if you think you're going to get a no-hitter, then fucking earn it, because I'm up here trying to earn mine for my family. I ain't rolling over for no motherfucker. If you guys want that, fine. But I don't want to be on your team. I'm here for winners.
I hear what you're saying, but we're talking about 2 guys that have both been in Major League Baseball for like 15 years.
Right, and I get that.
Like
this was just the 27th
Chase
guy
can
on
do
the
that.
roster This was
right. Chase Utley can do that, but I'm saying as a thing, bunting to break up a no-hitter, to me, completely fair game.
Oh, yeah. No. I absolutely agree that it's fair. I'm just saying in said situation, if you're Chase Utley and it's like whatever, like what, no big deal. Not
okay,
the end of the world.
That's fair. No. He's still a bitch, right?
Like, we absolutely have discussed it to ad nauseum, where it was like the whole bunting with, in the Schilling game to break up the no-hitter. Like, that's perfectly fine. Like, I got no problem.
Oh, against Kurt Schilling, go for it.
Yeah, exactly. Kurt Schilling is a bitch too.
This Phillies guy saying Kurt Schilling. But I'm just saying in general, it's perfectly fine to do that. But if you choose not to, if you're Chase Utley, like, I'm not going to give you shit about it either. Like, it is what it is in that situation. So
no, you swing. At least go down swinging. Don't make it look like you tried. Listen, what's on your guys' sports bucket list? What's something that you've always wanted to see in person?
I got one for you here. So real quick, since I don't think we'll be on air for the end of it, Jenny, I bet you a Kong Bong that the Crew are down at halftime against Monterey. Take it or leave it.
Oh, okay. I don't know if she's watching because you once again told her to go away, Drew.
Well, maybe listeners stop talking about a club that doesn't matter until the stadium opens, and even then they won't matter. But I won't be mad because I'll be drunk and enjoying the new club spaces at
Teakle Stadium.
Drew, God, I hate that.
What's on your sports bucket list?
Literally, so is this like something we would have to travel to go see, or just like an event that we want to happen in our lifetime?
Something you want to see in sports, man. I gave examples. Well, keep up, bro.
Listen, I'm asking very specifically for clarity because there's one thing and one thing only I want in sports, and that's to be alive for a Notre Dame football championship. Full stop.
Yep, fair enough. I like that.
That's all I want out of life, man. That's it. Like, I've seen the Wings win a title. Arsenal went perfect when I've been alive. That's all I got
thought
left.
we were doing realistic bucket list things. I didn't know we were just like making shit up. Sorry, I have to redo my list because I thought we were doing like realistic bucket list things that could happen.
Look, Scott,
Robert Taylor said,
I'm not going to disagree, Scott, but I was asked a question, and that is still my answer.
I mean, it's a fair answer. I thought for this exercise we were doing things that could happen, not things that.
Well, see, that's why I drink enough that I'm either going to die at 50 or live to 500, because they'll realize that it's done something to like preserve my inner organs, and I'll just live forever.
They're like, this guy's liver is completely black. It's hard as a rock, and that's how he's able to survive to the.
That's the secret.
Robert Taylor is saying Patrick Mahomes playing. That's something on his bucket list. He almost had the chance when they were playing in Vegas this year. Gabe saying Super Bowl. That's a good one. Going to a Super Bowl. Ed saying I've already seen multiple crosstown shootout wins for my Bearcats. What a low bar to set for yourself, man. And you haven't even seen that many of them. So that's very disappointing.
What a shit bucket list.
I mean, I think he saw like 3 in the 90s. So,
yeah, that's a real rough one. Matt Stanton wants to see a baseball game in Japan.
That'd be cool. That'd be super cool.
You know what? I'll one up that one and say Korea. I want to see a Korean League game because those bat flips are.
Oh, you know it'd be dope. Actually, you just take a little tour around the Pacific Rim. There, you do Japan, Korea, Thailand, and I'm thinking of all of this in the frame of Little League World Series because like those are always the teams that you see, right? So I would just want to tour around and watch professional games in their leagues because it'd be a hell of a lot of fun.
Antonio, the other Irish fan, chiming in. He wants an Irish title too. Yeah, that's brutal. Scott, what's on your bucket list? Your realistic bucket list, you son of a bitch.
Yeah, because that's fun. Let's be realistic. You got 2 kids, Scott. You ain't seeing shit for like 10 more years.
That's fine, but mine's still possible. I want to go to Monument Park at Yankee Stadium.
Wow,
and
really?
Piss all over the number 2 monument that's there. So I go to Yankee Stadium. They're like, this is Derek Jeter. And I just whip it out and I whiz all over it. And I'm like, hey, guys, while I'm doing this, I need somebody to cross this off because this is on my bucket list. See, realistic shit, guys, not things that like I got to live 15 lifetimes for or the stars have to be aligned. I can literally just buy a ticket, go to Yankee Stadium, be like, hey, I want to get one of these tours. And they're like, come on in. And I whip up my dick and piss on the number 2 monument there. And there we go. Bucket list. Crossed it off.
Well done. That's a good one. That's a good one.
Two things I love about that. One, I will start your GoFundMe as soon as we get off air, and I will contribute the first $100 to making that happen. And then two, I think we need to make this our first moonshot marketing ploy, because the only way that bucket list thing gets better is if you do it while A-Rod stands there and watches you, and you go, and you'll never even be in this shithole, as you piss all over him.
Well, or I could also say to him, this is the reason you had to move off of the position you played, and you still sucked at it. You still had to cheat. So this is why you're not even good enough for my piss.
Yep, exactly.
Robert Taylor saying he wants to see a live WrestleMania he's never been before.
That'd be dope. Yeah. I got to be honest, though. How quickly do you black out into a WrestleMania?
Very quickly. I feel like before you get there.
Sooner or later than the Derby?
So, I don't know. Derby's pretty early in the day that you start blacking out.
Ooh, that's a good point. That's a good point.
You're bringing some crazy mixtures there. Matt Stanton saying he's 13 stadiums into all 30 MLB stadiums. That's a
but wait, I want to
see a game at every one.
What I was going to say.
How does that work though? Because there's been new stadiums, I'm assuming, since he started his quest.
Maybe they weren't the ones that he's been to. Those new.
But I mean, no. But like he says, 30, right? Well,
to see a game at
they build a new one.
Stadium.
Every city.
Every city, yes, every city. Why are you poking holes in this, Drew? JB with
I'm just curious, man. There's a lot of fucking stadiums in the country.
JB with the comment for you, Scott. It should be a number 2 on the number 2 monument for poetry's sake.
Absolutely. I'm fine with that. But I mean, you can't really necessarily conjure up a dump, but I make sure that I'm ready to go with the whiz. So at least I got to go.
What would
it's much easier to pull off too. Like if they see you dropping trowel, they panic. And like, there's not much time to get a deuce in, but you're for sure able to at least get a stream in before they catch you.
I don't know, Scott. If you get you have enough of those Dodger dogs in Brooklyn, you might be able to pull it off. Plus, think about it. You got a whole 9-inning game to kind of work up to it.
I'm also confused as to where I would get a Dodger dog in the middle of Brooklyn and why I would be eating it. They'd be like, here's a Dodger dog in
you've got
Brooklyn.
the DeLorean and you've gone back to 1945 and you're eating the Dodger dog.
Okay.
No, you idiot. God, that's Mike. That's not realistic. We're sticking to realistic things, Mike. So realistically, you would go to Chinatown because you can get anything in Chinatown. Duh.
Oh, that's damn. Scott wants to see a pitcher dinger in a Braves game. That would be a solid one. Edon, what's on your sports bucket list?
Saying that the pitcher actually hit a home run in the Braves game. God damn it.
Jesus, there was one. I thought that was on his bucket list.
Like the Braves are kicking ass right now, baby. Like Scott's just doing the Lord's work and keeping me with updates. That's what's happening.
For you. Edon, what's on your list?
Speaking of Scott, though.
Wait, what's on Edon's list?
Fine, whatever.
I was going to say go to all 30 ballparks. I'm at 5 or 6 right now. But if I can't say that, I'll say go over to Europe and see a soccer game there. Maybe like something like Dortmund in Germany would be sick.
Ooh, all right, Edon, I scratch that. Cancel Scott's GoFundMe. We are going to start a GoFundMe for a trip to go do that. Yeah,
Let's go.
Dude, in Germany too, because their beer's got to be the best.
Oh, yeah.
But wait, why would it be like? I feel like the English one would be the more fun one to go to, like with the crazy hooligans. That would be a more entertaining soccer match to go to. Actually, let's just say World Cup. Just go see a World Cup game would probably be the better experience, right?
So, no. So
like now that the Super League doesn't exist, there's no real sense in going over to Europe, anyways.
We'll be at a World Cup soon.
That's subpar Champions League, or like whatever. That's some bullshit. Now that they ruined the Super League, let's go to a World Cup game. That's where it's at.
2026 when they get the World Cup in the U.S., I'll be at one. They'll have it in Philly, and I'll go to one.
There you go. All right.
And Matt, yes, we all should agree that we need to redo Atlanta. Agreed.
I mean, that's fair. I'm redoing Atlanta this summer.
Drew, what's on your besides Notre Dame, what else is on your bucket list? You got anything else?
No, you done actually hit it right there on the nose. Like if we're talking actual bucket list, like shit that I like kind of plan to do, but it's never really gonna happen. But like maybe we could back into it if we like, hit the Derby trifecta or something. But I really would love to go and see Arsenal lose in England. That to me is on the bucket list. I would just love so much to be in an English pub, a London pub before the match, getting drunk with people that can speak football the way I do, go watch our team disappoint us, piss us off, and then go back to that same club, talk shit, and then go get in a fight and beat the shit out of some Chelsea fans just because. I think that'd be fantastic. I like it's so much more raw. It's so much more authentic there, you know?
No, totally. I totally agree. It's way more authentic than
so much more authentic.
On a Saturday morning at 6 a.m. or whenever the fuck you have to wake up to watch that. I don't even know how you get up to booze and watch those games.
Well, see, because Mike, that's the blessing and the curse of an Arsenal fan these days is that you kind of have it either way, right? So if you wake up at 7 or if you wake up a little bit later, they're already 10 minutes in, and when they're 10 minutes in and losing, you have that moment to yourself where you go, do I want to get up and pound beers and day drink today? Or just forget that this result happened and go back to sleep.
I didn't realize there was a second.
I was going to say, hold on, there was more than one option there because I feel like you should have gone far past that.
Well, sometimes you go hard on Friday, or you got shit going on. So you're like, we're going to sleep in a little bit later, and then we'll day drink when the Red Wings lose.
Ed with a good one, just having media credentials at a professional sports game.
That's been there, done that. It's overrated.
It's not that great. Yeah,
it's not that special.
Not that special. Okay, all right, fair enough. There's like a whole comment section going on between Robert Taylor and Scott and Ed about WWF and WWE and WCW.
All the letters.
They're talking about wrestling.
We're talking about wrestling and going to pay-per-views. I went to one pay-per-view when I was younger, and I was at the pay-per-view when Undertaker threw Mankind off the Hell in the Cell in Pittsburgh. Oh, that was the greatest. I was the coolest kid in the world.
Dude, that's the thing about wrestling is that people are like, oh, it's fake. It's fake. It's like, yeah, you're right. It's fake. It's staged. It's planned. But like Homeboy still flew off the cell into a table.
Yeah. I thought
that still happened.
I thought he died. It was amazing. It was absolutely crazy. It was one of the highlights of my sports viewing things. I was like 10 years old at the time. Man, was it good.
And yet people call the Romans like just heathens and whatever for watching the gladiators fight. Okay.
All right, listen. We're going to have to Antonio the Irish playing in Ireland.
Oh, yes.
Man, we were supposed to go to that. Me and my wife were supposed to go to that one, and then we ended up having kids instead. That's what happened.
That's all I got for that.
Yep. Moving on.
Single Scott, appreciate that.
I got kids, so I know what it's like. It's like you had dreams and goals.
Yeah, that one went down in the power rankings after we had to cancel that trip to Ireland.
Are the Reds at home tonight?
No, they played in LA and got their asses kicked.
Cool.
But they took 2 out of 3 from the Dodgers. Took 2 out of 3 from the Dodgers, which I am very happy about. That was a good way to stop that skid. Listen, we're gonna do a sip, chug, drain, pour coming up here. We're also gonna bring back Motherfucker of the Week. That is coming up right after our commercials here. So we're gonna do a quick commercial break. Sit tight. We'll be right back. Whether you like baseball or not, there's 2 things that everyone can agree makes baseball great: dingers and bat flips. So how about you step up to the plate and blast one to dead center field with our friends at Dugout Mugs. You can flip your baseball bat mug if you want, but it's probably better if you just pour your beer into it. With Dugout Mugs, it can be baseball season all year long. And if you go to dugoutmugs.com/craft, you'll get 15% off your entire order. All of your favorite teams, customizable designs, wine glasses made from bats, shot glasses with bat handles, and bottle openers made from bats and baseballs. Dugout Mugs has the perfect option for the baseball fan in your life. Hit them up, get 15% off at dugoutmugs.com/craft. That's dugoutmugs.com/craft. Dugout Mugs, swig for the fences. Look, there is not much worse than reaching into the fridge and realizing you are out of beer. Now you got to go out to the store, you got to deal with people. It's awful. Instead, let our friends at Beer Drop save you a trip and stock up your beer fridge today. Beer Drop will deliver award-winning craft beers straight to your door, starting at under $4 a serving. It's simple. Just go to craftbrewsports.com/beerdrop. Tell them the types of beers you prefer, sign up for one of their monthly plans, and Beer Drop will curate a box of fresh, award-winning craft beer that will be sent right to your door. You don't even have to put on pants. You can swap out beers, add more, or even skip a month. And if you don't like commitment, you can still go and order delicious beers to be delivered right to you. Just go to craftbrewsports.com/beer drop. You're going to get $5 flat shipping. Doesn't matter how many beers you have in your order, $5 flat shipping. craftbrewsports.com/beer drop. All right, everybody, we are back. I love that JB is calling me out, saying, I love that Mick gave up on live reads.
You goddamn Mick.
You're not bad at the live reads. I did pretty solid at those. Like
I was laughing because I'm sitting there thinking, was that a typo or did it get Steve Jobs and it changed from Mike to Mick? But either way, it works and it's hilarious.
No, you haven't noticed that in the Facebook group, JB only refers to me as Mick. He will not tag
I
me
have
in
not.
and he only calls me Mick. He will not call me Mike. He won't tag me in a post. He just said something about Mick. And it's all because something I said about him a long time. I don't know. JB holds grudges, man. That dude's got some grudges there. So yes, I did give up on the live reads because it's better for the podcast audience. Listen, okay. We're gonna do motherfucker of the week. I think we should we go right into that? You want to do that first before we do that? All right. So let's do some motherfucker of the week as soon as I can find the drop.
Motherfucker, you.
Scott, there was a motherfucker this week. We got a motherfucker. Now listen, this happened a little bit ago. A few months back, Ohio State tried to trademark the word "the." Like they were like, "We actually, excuse me, the word "the." They were trying to trademark the word "the" to use it on their shirts. It was basically going to be, you were going to see shirts that just said "the" with like the block Ohio, the block O, and that was going to be like their thing. So they were trying to get a trademark for it, but they got blocked. They said, "No, you're not allowed to trademark it." And we found
you
out
can't trademark the word "the."
you can't trademark the word "the," but we found out why it got blocked. And it's not actually because you can't trademark the word "the." It's because Mark Jacobs had already filed a trademark for the word "the." So Mark Jacobs saying he wanted to make clothing with the word "the" on it for some reason. So he filed the trademark first. So the trademark office said, no, you can't have this one. So there's like a process that goes into that. Ohio State can then try to negotiate things with Mark Jacobs. They can file delays before a trademark is officially given to Mark Jacobs. And finally, they've reached the end of all of that. And the only course of action they now have is to sue Mark Jacobs. So Ohio State is suing Mark Jacobs for a trademark over the word "the." These motherfuckers.
America, baby. I mean, this is seriously like this right here. This story, you just put it in a bubble and encapsulate it, and you're like, the terrorists are like, see, this is exactly why we hate America, because you're out here suing over the use of the word "the." And fucking Ohio State,
Dude,
of course, they're sitting there with nothing else better to do than worry about the word "the," as if they copywrote it or they came up with it. Like fucking Ohio State, man, get the fuck out of here. Period.
Well, no.
End of sentence.
Now, Scott, to be fair, okay,
Yeah.
they're really, really proud of themselves for writing that word, because that's 3 whole letters that they put together. Like, there's a reason that their name is only 3 letters long to begin with. But I also agree, Scott, too. I was like, man, back in the day, I remember thinking, like, why did there have to be like a whole reason for terrorists to hate us? They had to, there's this religious belief, whatever. Like, no, we're the fucking worst, because who would try to trademark that word? Like, that's a cornerstone of language. But it did get me thinking. Could we trademark like "is" or "a"? Or like where can we throw our hat down just to create a stir? And then, when Mark Jacobs tries to make another piece of ugly clothing, we show up in the news.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. Like people are upset about this, and they're like, "Whoa, does that mean I have to pay Ohio State or Mark Jacobs every time I say the word "the"?" And that's not exactly how the trademark works. You just can't.
But Mike, they're talking about us.
Hold on, I was gonna say, hold on a second. They're trying to trademark "to be fair." I gotta go. Like, you motherfuckers have had jokes, but I mean, if Biscuit's trying to get to be fair, I gotta leave because I'm gonna be damned if I gotta pay somebody every time I say.
Well, no, Scott,
Yeah,
I think
okay, I thought it was Biscuit. Sorry. Either way, like, fuck that shit.
But to be fair,
is mine.
It's copyrighted by Letterkenny.
Yeah, I was gonna say
right?
Letterkenny probably already has a
Oh, god damn it!
No, copyright.
They're Canadian,
different.
so
what if I say
is that still legal?
So like it doesn't apply to
Why
me.
did we ever decide to honor Canadian laws and patents and shit? Like
I didn't. I never signed up for that shit ever. That's why I don't want Canadians to have.
That's why I don't pay the hospital when I have kids at it. Because fuck, I didn't sign up for that.
No, that's U.S. I mean, I still didn't sign up for that.
Edon, how do you feel about Ohio State's trademarking or suing Mark Jacobs for the word "the"?
I kind of wanted to defend him just to be a dick, but I can't even think of any way to do it. I got nothing on that.
But we appreciate the level of
that
petty.
you were trying to find a way and still couldn't. You're like, Jesus, man, I really want to be on the side of Ohio State, but this is such a ridiculous ass.
I've really been sitting here for like 5 minutes trying to think.
Good shit, Edon.
So if it makes you guys feel any better, what's likely going to happen, the likely outcome is that Mark Jacobs will probably get the trademark since he filed it first, and then Ohio State will not have any claim to it. But they're trying to work something out where they both get to do it. And here's what sucks. Like, Ohio State is basically saying, hey, the reason why we need this is because it's associated with our brand. Like, people, when they see the word "the," they think Ohio State University. So we need this trademark. That's like the basis of their whole case, which really, if you think about it, that really qualifies them. The worst motherfucker.
No, what's the funniest part about this story is I always find it weird when people from other parts of the country are like, man, fuck Ohio, like Ohio sucks. And I'm just like, it's just a nothing state. Like, if I didn't live here my entire life, I wouldn't think anything about it. But other people seem to think so much about it. And then stories like this come out and I realize, no, everybody associates the state of Ohio with anything and everything Ohio State does. Yeah. And because they're such cucks and they're such bitches about every single thing that they do, I understand why the state of Ohio has such a bad rep across the rest of the country. Like, you're sitting there in Hawaii, you're like, yeah, fuck Ohio. That place sucks. They're trying to, copyright the. And you're like, no, it's just a piece of shit university, in Columbus. It has nothing to do with the rest of the state. Don't get me wrong, rest of the state sucks ass, but that is unique to this one university. I totally understand why the rest of the country hates Ohio as a state.
I agree. That and the fact that
Plus
we
one.
kind of decide presidential elections. People don't like that.
That's
not anymore.
Not really big fans of that.
We lost that congressional seat.
Moving on. Let's talk a little football, fellas. It's a big week for football, so let's get into the football talk. Edon, do you know what that draft is from?
Yeah, it's from late 90s. I'm a 90s guy. It's Tech Mobile.
Okay, attaboy, Edon.
Just making sure, man. I gotta test you out sometimes, bro.
He's like, what the shit was that?
Edon.
All those pixels.
Edon, what is the best team in Tech Mobile?
Oh, come on. You think I actually played it?
No, this is still a fair question. What is the best team in Tech Mobile?
The Eagles?
No, it's the Bengals because they're upside. Come on, know your audience here. You got to appease Mike.
Scott's saying that's the new best transition by far. And Ed thinking we're going to get some copyright claims from that. Well, we'll see. I don't know. I feel like that's a gray area. I'm going to go with the Mookie argument on that one. That's a gray area. All right, let's talk draft kind of tonight. I don't really want to talk draft because here's the deal.
I really don't.
Everybody's breaking down, here's your mock draft. Here's our mock draft 2.0. I don't want to go through that. I don't want to weigh option, but what I do like to do is I do like to play sip, chug, drainpour. So I've got a couple here for you guys that we can go through. We will throw out a couple of these. Chime in the comments. Let us know. Sip, chug, drainpour. This is our version of Marry, Fuck, Kill. You have to pick sip, chug, or drainpour out of these three options. We're going to go top wide receivers in the draft first. So Sip, chug, drain, pour. Jamar Chase, Jalen Waddle, or Devontae Smith. Scott, let's go to you first.
Jesus Christ, I don't know. I'm going to sip. Jesus, I'm going to sip the guy that won the Heisman.
Smith. Okay, even though he's 166 pounds, got it.
Yeah, no, I don't believe in that bullshit, and I'm small, and little dudes can do big things. So I'm perfectly fine with my the Heisman winner who also won. What is the Blitnikoff? That's the wide receiver award in college. So. Yeah, he also won that. So yeah. Then I'm going with your boy's boy. I actually think that's who the Bengals should take. With their fit pick.
You would.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I mean, get it right.
Joe Burrow, he disagrees. And so does the plane that's flying over your house.
I was just going to say, where the hell did that come from?
Whose house had a plane?
Who just got bombed? What shit was that?
I mean, I'm pretty sure I heard gunshots outside of my house like half an hour ago, but no planes.
Okay, well there we go. That was the chopper looking for whatever that was in Drew's hood. All right,
and I'm gonna drain pour the other sorry bastard who's not. Yeah, I was gonna say who's not the Heisman Trophy winner / favorite of your boy. So,
all right, fair enough. Edon, sip, chug, drain, pour. Jamar Chase, Jalen Waddle, and Devonta Smith.
So as an Eagles fan, there's like sitting at number 12. I don't really care about any of them except for Devonta Smith. So I'm sipping and chugging on Devonta Smith.
Right on.
You're hoping for Smith.
He says that, but I'm like, haven't the Eagles taken 900 wide receivers the past 10 years?
This is the one.
This is the one. I'm like a true Eagles fan right there. This is the one, guys.
JJ Arcega-Whiteside almost was the one.
Hold on a
Aguilar
second.
Almost was the one.
Wait, no.
Devonta Smith, he's the one.
But nobody has been the one since the one, Freddie Mitchell. Freddie Mitchell is the greatest Eagles wide receiver of all time.
No doubt.
I'm not taking any arguments.
So Edon not playing by the rules. He's just sipping and chugging Smith. Drew sip for Jamar, Jalen, and Devontae.
Yeah, so I think this one's also kind of easy. It just makes sense, like the way that these things stack up, the way that the picks are going to fall with the talent on the board. I'm going to go ahead and sip Michael Mayer because we all know that there's a history of Notre Dame tight ends succeeding in the league. Kid had a solid season, didn't get a ton of looks based on the way the offense is run, but he converted when he did. So I'm going to sip him, guaranteed 7-year player. I'm going to chug Javon McKinley because, again, I think the guy had a great year this year. He may have topped out, but at the same time, he's unproven. So put him with some solid talent around him. Put him with a full season in the NFL, and we can see what could come of it. So I'm going to chug Javon McKinley. And then I got to be honest, I love the guy. Came with some big plays and had the most swag all year. But I'm going to drain pour Ben Screw on it because, look, I get it. You're tall, you got reach, whatever. But again, there's a reason you were a grad transfer. So he'll probably show up in the league, get himself 3 years or so, and then
don't worry about it. He done just some white guy that played at Notre Dame.
Be out there, selling some John Deere.
Probably end up pitching for the Giants.
He will probably end up pitching for the Giants for 10 years. So
Mookie going straight Notre Dame on his wide receiver sip chug drain pour.
Hey, just doing what I can, man. Just trying to contribute.
Appreciate that. Biscuit saying drain pour the Heisman winner because they always burn out in the NFL. Sip the other two. That's not a bad idea. Scott pointing out the Heisman winner Smith is also only 140 pounds.
We don't skinny shame here.
I was just gonna say, nobody care, man. Little does big things. Look at Steve Smith. It doesn't talk shit, get hit, man. Being little doesn't mean you can't succeed, motherfucker.
Sorry, Scott. I couldn't let this one pass up. Matt Stanton, Notre Dame tight end sounds like a screen name on a Caucasian dating site.
That's absolutely true.
I mean, yeah. Who's going to argue with that?
I am going to. I'm going to sip Jamar Chase only because, Scott, to your point, I think the Bengals do end up drafting him. I don't think they should. I think they should go.
I think they.
But I think they will.
I mean, I think they should because you're talking about the Bengals who have like no talent and they just got rid of their best wide receiver over the last however many years he played there. And I mean,
who was a non-factor last year, but okay.
Right. But I'm saying, let's be honest. If they get one offensive lineman, is it going to change the fortunes of that horrible offensive line? No.
They got rid of Bobby Hart, right? So they're already better. Like it was an addition by subtraction on that line. So give me one more, and they're good. I got them. I feel great about that. No, but I'm going to talk myself into loving Chase, so I'm going to sip him. I am going to chug on Waddle because that's a funny last name, and I'm drain pouring Smith because Heisman Trophy winner.
You guys are haters. I can't wait till Smith blows up in the NFL.
It's not even
unless he blows up for the Eagles, then fuck him.
No, you're a Niners fan. What is this?
No, that was just for you, Edon, because you're like, this is the one. So I just, if he goes there, then I'll wish the worst, bro.
JB with the stop trying to make Mick feel adequate. Don't worry, man. I'm not. I don't feel great ever on this show. I feel like I get shit on quite a bit, bro. So yeah, no adequacies here. Let's move on to quarterback. So we know that Sunshine's going first. We know that the Mormon is going second to New York. So let's talk about the next pick.
That's
the
dumb.
number 3. And we're going to sip, chug, drain, pour the quarterbacks that will be available to Scott's 49ers at number 3. So sip, chug, drain, pour, Mac Jones, Justin Fields, and Trey Lance. You know what, fellas? Let's clear out. Let's let Scott go ahead.
No, we're gonna go somewhere else. We're not gonna go to me.
Drain pour. Mac Jones, Trey Lance, Justin Fields.
Just by the pictures on the screen, I feel like you have your answers, but I just want to drain pour them all. Like, is there a way that we can just open up the drain and all 3 of them can go down and we never have to talk about it again? Like, this is the worst number 3 pick in the history of the draft. Like, no matter what, I feel like they come out smelling like shit because great. They take Mac Jones and he sucks ass like everybody expects. Cool. Ha ha ha. They mortgage their future and I'm rooting for a shit quarterback that we knew from the get-go. Oh, they take the Ohio State quarterback and we all know how they fare and he sucks ass. Ha 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 ha. That was stupid. Or they take the quarterback from the D3. I don't give a fuck what you're calling it. D3, Division 2, whatever the fuck you're calling it. The other guy and he sucks ass. Cool. Like, there's no winning. I just feel like at this point they should just take somebody else so I can not have to hear about it. But they're gonna take Mac Jones and I'm gonna cry and it's gonna be great.
How are you gonna? I mean, like, let's really talk about this. Your boys traded up to take.
Beer bong.
To take. Wait, Mookie hasn't been paying attention at all.
I just saw it on the Facebook feed of my tablet. I saw you beer bong. It's like, fuck, where'd mine go? Earlier.
You should pay attention to the show.
I was doing research, man. Just let it go.
What were you researching?
Oh, you'll see.
Oh,
okay,
dear
cool.
God. So you really, how disappointed are you going to be with Mac Jones? Like, in all honesty.
Am I going to be disappointed?
No, how disappointed? Not
how disappointed?
Yes, how disappointed? Like, on a scale of 1 to my dad and his disappointment level in me, where are you going to fall in that range for the Niners picking Mac Jones?
I'm going to feel like a 0, like, because this has been forever. Like, if this was draft day trading up for Mitchell Trubisky, it'd be worse. Instead, it's like, all right, I've had a month to digest that they're just going to take this schlep and he's going to suck ass and we're going to be back in the same position a couple years. So it's kind of whatever. Like, I hope Kyle is working on his resume is the way I see it, because he's marrying himself to Mac Jones and I got to root for him for a couple of years. And then they're going to be like, hey, that was as dumb as everybody thought it was going to be. But guess what? You're out. Congratulations. You cost yourself your job. So, I mean, Robert Taylor asked me the other day how much I would trust, or do I trust still Kyle Shanahan? I got to say, blindly, yes, but for fuck's sake, nothing has shaken my faith in him as much as this pick. Like, now watch, it'll just be something completely out of nowhere, and they'll be like, oh, okay, cool, I'm back. But the Mac Jones thing, Fuck.
How do you feel about your coach saying this week that when they asked if Jimmy G was going to be on the team on Sunday, and he was like, I can't even tell if anybody's going to be alive on Sunday.
Now, I'm perfectly fine with Kyle saying that because, I mean, it's true, right? Like, I mean, I don't know if I'm going to be alive this Sunday. You don't know if you're going to be alive. So he's got a real good point. And it's better than just using the old coach speak of saying, like, well, yeah, I mean, everybody on the rosters, I expect to be on the roster. Like, you might as well use something just as ludicrous.
We got a competition where nobody's job is guaranteed.
Right. Yeah. I mean, you know, he's gotta work and he's gotta earn his starting spot. So yeah, I mean, you might as well just blow smoke up everybody's ass if you're gonna come out with some stock answer anyway.
Did you
like aliens might not exist, so I don't know if he's going to be on the roster.
No, we're not.
Hang on. We're going to talk aliens.
We're not even. No, we're not going to entertain idiot ideas like that, Scott. I know what you're going for.
We're talking aliens here in a second. Did you give your sip chug drain pour? Did you give a final answer on that?
On what? On the 3?
Yes.
I told you. I was like, I want to drain pour them all, but I guess All right. I guess I'll sip Trey. I'll drain pour Mac, and I'll chug on Fields. I don't know.
So you've heard it here first. If the Niners do not draft Trey Lance, Scott will hate the team forever because that's the quarterback you want. You've heard it here. Scott,
I have inked them to my body, and I will lose this no matter what.
No, you didn't. You inked your initials in their logo. You didn't ink them.
Oh, you son of a bitch! Why are you getting this motherfucker getting technical? Wow, I didn't know that's what we were doing today. Cool,
man, guys. Like, why all the anger?
Enon, sip, chug, drain, pour. Trey Lance, Mac Jones, Justin Fields.
Hey, I've got a question for Scott first.
Oh, you motherfucker!
How would you feel if they took what's his face, Kyle Pitts instead?
Look, I mean, at this point, seriously, I would be fine if they didn't take a quarterback. If they were just like, we wasted all those picks to just take not a quarterback. We're dumber than all of y'all thought, so we're going to mortgage our future for something else that's not even a quarterback.
Right.
Like
tight end, baby.
At least that way, I can be like, hey, that's ballsy. Like, you're going to trade up. You're going to trade up a month in advance to draft not a quarterback. It's dumb.
Draft the backup tight end.
It's better than drafting Mac Jones.
If they seriously traded up and then took Kyle Pitts, do you think George Kittle was standing there like, the fuck are you guys? What is this shit? Get out of here, Kyle. This is some bullshit, Kyle. And then he just fights Kyle Shanahan in the parking lot. That's what I feel.
Well, isn't he in a dark room because he's gotten knocked upside the head too many times?
Yeah, that's a very good point. Edon, that took a weird turn, Drew. Edon, sip, chug, drain, pour. Trey Lance, Justin Fields, Mac Jones.
All right, we're drain pouring Justin Fields. No, wait. We're drain pouring Trey Lance because I can't do another North Dakota State quarterback. We're gonna sip on Justin Fields because maybe he's the one. He's the Ohio State quarterback that's finally going to change the narrative. And then
trademark, patent pending.
And then Mac Jones, whatever the last option is, I can't even remember. But Mac Jones, because it'll make Scott suffer.
Hey, I like that answer.
You son of a bitch. I also like the idea that somewhere out there, Justin Fields is like, hey, look, I got to get this trademark, the Ohio State quarterback that didn't suck. Like, I want to get that whole statement in there, like that whole phrase.
Oh my God!
So anytime anybody says on TV it's the Ohio State quarterback that didn't suck, he gets paid.
Pay me.
You know what the best part is? The court system. They're gonna fast track that one and be like, "Oh nope, yeah, you're good. There's no other claims for that one. Go ahead, go right on to the front."
He'll have a legit claim too, because it'll be like, see, I said the Ohio State quarterback that didn't suck, not just Ohio State quarterback that didn't suck, the Ohio State quarterback.
Robert Taylor is saying sip Lance, chug Fields, and pour Mac. Drew,
that's the one. That's what I said. Like,
what is your sip, chug, drain, pour on these quarterbacks, Drew?
All right, so I actually spend a decent amount of time thinking about this, but
I'm gonna bong it while Hitler does his thing.
Bro, I've saved twice now mid-show to try to shirk that. But thanks for being a dick. Well, yeah, because apparently there was some stuff stuck up here before. I don't know, whatever. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and sip on Jose Borregales from Miami. The kid actually was a transfer from FIU, came over, knocked in 91% of his kicks this year, and the guy is basically automatic from 40 yards in it. Yeah. Honestly,
Exactly.
this guy
We're
is going
doing
to
football
change.
talk.
He's
Soccer
going
talk?
to No, this is not soccer talk.
Kicking?
He's going to change the narrative. And so I'm sipping on this kid because really he does need to lift his trajectory a little bit when he kicks. Otherwise, he'll get blocked when he gets to the league. But he's got the accuracy. He's got the poise. He went from a smaller tier school to Miami and performed well. So Jose Borregales is my sip this year. 5'11", 206, draft grade 7th round. I'm going to go ahead and chug Evan McPherson from Florida. Again, he is the consensus number 1 at this position in this draft heading into it. He only made 77% of his kicks this last year. But again, playing in the tougher SEC, he does have the leg to knock it in from 50 yards out and beyond, which is what you need in the NFL. But he is also a kickoff specialist. This guy has hit 56% of his kickoffs for a touchback, which in the league, again, can really help lock down a star returner or make him really risk it if they want to get something big off of a change of possession. I'm just going to straight up drain pour Alex Kessman for Pittsburgh because let's be honest, what good thing has ever come out of Pittsburgh? Yeah, I mean, I guess someone had to come second out of the combine at this spot. Yeah, but honestly, at the same time, 63% of the kickoffs in the end zone, that's not good enough for me. The guy can't make points for my team. So I'm just going to drain pour this guy and say, you can't kick for my football team.
Wild card, bitches!
Yeah! You're welcome.
Well, that was a good debut of that drop.
Well timed, too.
You're such a dick.
Did you just go on about just white kickers? Like, what the hell?
Hey, now.
You just spent 3 minutes of the stream talking kickers in the talk section of the show. I mean, granted, I don't care about the draft, so whatever. Go ahead, talk.
Hey, they're the top 3. They're the top 3 kicker prospects heading into the draft, dude. You said you want to talk draft. I said I had a sip, chug, drain, pour for a position. Y'all said this was okay. It's in the chat, bro. It's in the text thread.
You really got to start reining him in and giving him more rules to.
Hey, y'all can get mad, but that was solid motherfucking analysis.
I mean, it was more analysis than these guys would give you when it comes to kickers. So here's our final sip, chug, drain, pour that's coming up here. Andy, thank you, man. We'll get those beers. Don't worry about it, man. I appreciate you giving us beers. That's great, man. Andy going to drop off some beers here. So let's sip, chug, drain, pour our draft analyses, our analyzers. Mel Kiper, Todd McShay, Andy Schefter. Edon, let's go to you first. Sip, chug, drain, pour these guys.
What are you doing?
He's chugging a chug. Oh my god!
Hold on a second. Are you violating the Kong bong?
Wait, did you just Kong bong from a short straw? What the hell just happened?
Basically, there was still beer stuck in like the little collapsible tubey thing. So I was like, oh, when I'm in the shower and I rinse it out, like when I like push it back together, a bunch of water comes out. So maybe I should do that with the beer left in it.
Like the child. This is like the logic my children use.
I mean,
Wild card, bitches!
Edon, sip, chug, drain, pour.
yeah, beat that.
Look at Edon's face. He's like, I've never been more happy to land a job and be leaving.
He's like, dear God, I've got a job. I don't have to.
Thank God,
I don't know how to follow up chugging from a chode, but.
That right there. That's how you follow up chugging from a chode, Don. Well done, son.
All right, sip, chug, drain, pour. I'm gonna sip on Adam Schefter.
Yeah, you are.
I mean, the guy, like the guy. I just hope he doesn't have a chode.
That'll change your answer in a hurry.
Would that make it better for you or something? Like,
no, clearly he has something against Chodes. He took a very hard, firm stance against Chodes right off the top. So if Adam's rocking a Chode, he's out.
He is not Chode friendly.
Is it a real hard and firm stance against Chodes? I don't know. I don't think those go together. He died. Go ahead. Sorry.
So,
Sipping Chapter.
So we're sipping on Shefty. We're gonna chug on McShay
juice,
and only reason we're drain pouring, we're sipping on you got me. You got my
we are in your head.
We have just fucked him up.
I just want to drain pour Mel Kiper because the dude's a maniac. He apparently takes his cheese off of his pizza and puts like mashed potatoes on it. And he gets like the DVDs of old shows and watch them at the set time that they came out when they were like originally on air.
Are you serious?
Yeah, no, this dude's a straight up maniac.
Oh God.
Okay, so I heard about the pizza thing, but I did not hear about I didn't listen to that ESPN Daily, so I did not hear about watching reruns at the time.
I want to say the one I saw was like the Carson show, whatever. No, not Jim Carson. I don't know what his name is.
Carson.
Is it? Okay. The Carson show would be on at like 11:30.
Right.
No. Yeah, it doesn't.
It doesn't.
Johnny Carson. Goddamn.
Johnny, there it is.
I like how Don just went with it. He's like, Jimmy? Yeah, that sounds close enough. Jimmy Carson.
I'm like, Don's so young, he's probably talking about Carson Daly. He's probably talking about
That's actually who I thought he meant. I was like, he's just confusing him with Carson Daly. Yeah.
Wait, quick. Over under, how many bodies are buried somewhere in Kuiper's house? 2.5.
Gotta be a lot.
Like, guys, clearly a psycho. Right?
Well,
like,
I mean, if you're talking about just regular
behavior.
bodies or draft picks that he was high on that didn't quite make it, but he's like, all right, well, I'll show you. You just disappear.
Tons of gym rats.
Okay,
Scott, what's your sip, chug, drain, pour on Kiper, McShay, and Schefter?
Well, I'm sipping Mel because I love the hair. I mean, anybody that has hair that quaff this late in the game, like I'm there for. So I'm sipping Mel.
Wait, does he have plugs? Because
I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit because I've got nothing. Like plugs or no plugs. Like I can't afford plugs, but I've got no hair. So whatever he's doing, it's working. So I'm sipping on Mel. I hate this. I'm drain pouring Shefty. Like I don't want to do that. Like because I feel like he's on a day-to-day basis. I spend more time with him. He's my main boo thing. But I gotta. But then. I'm gonna go on ahead and I'm gonna chug some McShay because, I mean, look at him, like look at him, like
he's a good time.
I'm gonna chug some McShay. Like when Mel's gone and the hair isn't all there, like I got Todd and we're gonna ride off into the sunset.
I mean, look
Todd.
Like that's my justification. So there
Drew,
you go. Sipping Mel. Chugging on Todd, and I'm sorry, Adam, you gotta go.
All right, Drew, sip, chug, drain, pour, Kiper, McShay, Schefter.
Yeah, this one to me, I think honestly is pretty easy. Adam Schefter is the one you're sipping all day, every day, not even a question. That dude goes hard. I've never seen anyone else on any ESPN show or anything else just basically like, now, you know what? Fuck you in your segment, though. Let me get the third cell phone out and text this other GM because there's a thing happening. He's like,
he's got 5 of them, too.
Oh, my God. Yeah, the dude just goes hard. And the thing about it is that he goes hard, he succeeds, he wins, which means he parties like a motherfucker. So, like, I'm trying to get me some of that. So, I am going to go ahead and sip Shefty all day, every day, not be mad about it. Todd McShay, I'll chug because, he's Todd McShay. We'll have some good times down on campus and whatnot, scouting some people, co-eds, mascots, all the good stuff, frat beer pong leagues in the front yard, all that good stuff. It doesn't last. It's not there for the long run, but it's good, 1 or 2 weekends in the fall when they go somewhere worthwhile with game day. And then I'm going to just go ahead and drain pour Kiper because, like, I got to be honest, dude. The last thing I want to do is sit in his house on his fucking living room couch with my microwave TV dinner in front of me And the couch also has plastic covering on it because he's like that. And we have to wait 45 minutes to watch a fucking show because that's when it comes on. Like, I ain't got no time for that. All right, like I'm on the next. At that point, like you either got to shoot me up with a really powerful tranquilizer or just nah.
All right.
I'm going to go ahead and agree with Biscuit's take. Chug, Shefty, sip, Todd McShay, and then drain, pour, milk, hyper. I had no idea about the DVDs and watching at the time. Like, can you imagine? Like, everybody just watches The Office, right? When that was on Netflix, you just watched The Office. It was just like on. You just put it on.
Right.
You're only watching The Office on like Thursdays at 9 p.m. because that's when it came on. Like that sounds.
I mean, that's definitely some psycho like killer shit. Like,
and how do you know
like
that?
I'm looking at Mel like, where do you go at night when we're not together? Like, what are you doing? Because,
what do you do?
You leave in the middle of the night.
What do you do about shows that change time slots? Like I love Boy Meets World growing up, and I still like to watch that on Disney Plus. What do you do about those shows where
you watch it at 8:00 Friday evening?
No,
TGIF,
but
it slid around. It
started at 8:00.
Well, then that's fine. Then you've got a 2-hour block, bitch.
No, that's not okay.
No, that's not how it works.
Pick a time. What time did it start?
No. Actually, wait, Mike. This is easy. It depends on what episode you're watching. So whenever the episode aired, so like when they did the college years things, those are at 9.
No, it was mid-season.
Well, and I was going to say
there was an episode
more appropriately. Yes, there it is.
Damn it, Scott. Fine, we'll listen to you.
How old is Topanga when you're watching these episodes? If she's younger, you watch them earlier. Later, you got a little leeway.
No, that's true, because there was an episode where Topanga was babysitting a little boy, and Corey came over to try to get some, and he ended up being friends with the little boy and keeping him up late. And then the little boy was watching the Friday TV lineup, and he came out in the living room, and he was like, Corey, come watch this. The curly-headed guy keeps getting himself in trouble. And Corey was like, the curly-headed guy comes on at 8. And the kid's like, no, they changed it to 9. He's like, why? They were doing so good at 8. And the little kid's like, no, I know. I don't know why they moved it. Classic TV writing. It was my favorite, like, in the moment. Hey, holy shit. They're acknowledging that they moved their time slot. Great TV writing. But anyways, chugging Shefty, sipping Todd, and drain pouring Mel Kiper. That's what I'm going to do on that one. You guys good? You got everybody good?
No, I get it.
Did you know that Baker Mayfield believes in aliens and Bigfoot? Full on?
Well, no. It's first of all, aliens. There are aliens. Let's just put that to bed now. There are aliens. I don't think they're microscopic and in your brain, Michael, but there are aliens out there.
Don't throw that out there. No. Don't just throw that out there. And then
what do you mean? Don't throw that out there, man. There's nothing. There's nothing to dissect.
I have a theory, guys. You can
come in with
judge me if you want. Corey should have dated Lauren. Yes, Corey should have dated Lauren. Thank you for speaking truth in the comment section. Corey should have.
Topanga was a fucking crazy bitch in elementary school. Like I wasn't on board with Topanga. Right, that's fine. But I wasn't on board with Topanga until she got a little bit more normal.
But let's also be honest, though. Corey was no catch. Like Sean was always the looker.
Oh, right. I mean, he was a Phillies fan, so I'd be like, there's a lot to get to sift through there too.
Every Phillies fan automatically gets a minus 1.5 on the rating scale.
Edon's like, hold on a second. You have no idea that Boy Meets World was set in Philadelphia, and the main character was a huge Phillies fan.
No clue. No clue.
Like his dad woke him up to watch a no-hitter one night. That was a thing that happened in the season of Boy Meets World.
The fact that Edon doesn't even know who Topanga is a tragedy.
No, I know who she is.
Right? Okay, all right.
Do you mean he woke him up to witness an achievement of merit?
Yes, it was an achievement of merit. Yes, it was an achievement of merit. Listen, okay, so Baker Mayfield has doubled down on his belief of UFOs and Bigfoot. He said this week he addressed. So I don't know if
UFOs. That's different.
Back in March, he saw a UFO and he tweeted about it. And people like blew it all up.
Back in March
about it. They asked him about it this week, and here's what he said: "Quote: I'm a firm believer in UFOs and Sasquatch. It's real. I saw it. I'm glad the Navy finally confirmed some more pictures. Now everybody doesn't think I'm as crazy. I believe." Guys, Baker Mayfield is now my favorite quarterback because I'm all in on aliens. Aliens 100% exist. Like that's a very true fact aliens are a thing. And listen, here's the problem. We are going out and we're like looking for proof of life by being like, is there water? How do we know that aliens survive on water? Like, how do we not know? Maybe aliens are microscopic beings that have been on this planet this entire time. They fly into our ears. We don't even know it. They curl, like they look around in our brain, and then they leave. And we don't even know they've been here this entire time. Aliens have been here forever, and we don't even realize it because we're off looking for water on Mars. Who gives a shit? Aliens are real. Baker Mayfield, I hate to say it because Joe Burrow is my quarterback, and that's the greatest quarterback in the AFC North. But Baker Mayfield, 1B after this. Scott, you agree?
I actually hate how much I agree with you and Baker on this.
Yes! Microscopic aliens!
I have this feeling that we've been sitting here searching for aliens and they've been running circles around us forever. Like, we've been searching for them and we're like, we get excited when we find this like itty bitty hint of something that could be an alien, and aliens are like, ha 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 ha, we've already done that like 9,000 times and we left it there for you so you dumbasses could think about it, and you're still way behind. Like, aliens are running circles around us and we're just sitting here, and it's fucking true. Like, I mean, I have to get a Baker Mayfield jersey after this because of how accurate this is. Like,
I have never, you can't tell, but I'm like shaking right now because I'm so excited that somebody agrees with me. Giving me so much shit for my microscopic aliens take. Like, I fully believe that there is the possibility that aliens are just like these minute little things that we can't even see, that have just been floating around this whole time studying us. They do whatever they want because how the fuck do we know? Why are we basing it off of what we know life is? Why can't other type of life form that survives on something else besides water? Oh, I feel so validated, Scott. Thank you so much. Let's talk about these beers.
I'm really glad that you skipped me for that take, because like, I got to be honest, I just really don't have time for it.
Scott, what were you drinking tonight?
Wait, hold on. Wait, what do you?
I was drinking some piss water. Like, this beer was awful. I was drinking. It was called Keep It by Anchorage Brewing Company.
Oops!
Oh, Jesus Christ!
Jesus Christ! How did that happen?
Oh, you son of a bitch! I see.
Anyway, this beer was 6.4%. It sucked. Like, this is the Mac Jones of beers. Like, if it gets drafted in the first round, it was overdrafted. If it goes undrafted, it was overdrafted. So, yeah, don't drink Keep It. Hope that another franchise out of the 30 that are in the league take it and you can laugh at them. Or be like me and cry and realize this is what you're going to deal with for the next 3 years and hope that it's not as terrible after 3 years.
All right, there you go. Drew, what were you drinking? What's in your mug tonight?
What was in my mug, because it didn't last there very long, was Sphere Aversion from Resident Culture Brewing in Charlotte, North Carolina. 4.8% ABV, 4.02 caps on Untapped. It is a IPA session or India session ale, super high quality. Love this thing. It's a really light drink. It goes on smooth, goes on easy. It still has some of the haze, which is actually kind of interesting for a session, because usually with that heavier flavor, it has a higher ABV. But again, super high quality. The only downside that knocks it down a little bit, always really foamy in the cans I've had of it, which is just kind of strange. But, hey, whatever. I'm not going to question it. This is a third rounder that you pick up late, not late, I guess, but middle round of the draft, somewhere that you have a need, but you don't need a splash. They play for your team for 5 years. When they come up for their second deal, they're like, look, it was good. We can't pay you that much. We have needs other places. They get a solid contract somewhere else. And after 3 years, they're out of the league and no one really noticed, but everyone had a good time. So can't speak more highly, but at the same time, not overhype. Sphere Aversion.
All right, good deal. Edon, what were you drinking tonight?
I had the classic Leinenkugel Summer Shandy, and it's made me have to go pee. So I'm going to leave it at that. On to you, Mick.
Oh, wait. When do I get to make fun of Jenny?
I mean, if you want to continue to harass, okay, there you go.
Boom. She owes me a beer bong.
All right, Jenny will have to pay up on that beer bong. Let's see. This week I was drinking, what was the name of this? Blue Mesa Tropical Blonde. This is Mr. Irrelevant. It's the last one drafted. It got drafted. It got there. congrats. You're probably going to get cut. You were here, tip of the cap. Nothing
honestly, though, I would like to be Mr. Irrelevant.
I would like to be too, because at least then I feel like Mr. Irrelevant shouldn't be the last one drafted, because then
I feel like Mr. Irrelevant should be Mac Jones.
No, but
Mr.
Irrelevant, he gets
drafted. It should be like the person drafted like middle of the 5th round or middle of like the 6th round, where it's like, this guy's not doing anything. Nobody's ever
right. But hear me out. Mac Jones, a guy who was elevated by a bunch of other black guys with superior talent around him, goes in the 1st round where he has no business going. Yeah, that's the definition of Mr. Irrelevant.
Pretty irrelevant at that point.
No,
yeah, that's a very good point.
I would love to be Mr. Irrelevant, because you play your entire college career, you work really hard to get to the league, your name gets called in draft day, full well knowing you're not going to make the squad, but you still get a free trip to Disney World. You do. You get a trip to Disney World, and like you get like a day of whatever, and then you go back into obscurity like all the other college graduates. I mean, hey Don, congratulations on your job. It's going to be great. You're going to soar. The best things for you, bro. You got to break it.
It's good highlighting Mr. Irrelevant should be whoever gets drafted by the Jets. Good job on that one. I like that one. This has been Last Call. I hope you guys were drinking and having fun. This was a damn good show, fellas. Listen, we had to give away. We offered some giveaways last week to people who chimed in the comment section. So what we're gonna do, since we ran out of time, I'm gonna tweet out the people who won. There were some people who were commenting tonight that won. So check our Twitter. We're gonna tweet out the people who won. We're giving away a pack of Morning Recovery. We're giving away a Kong beer bong, and then some shirts from the merch store. So check our Twitter and follow the show. It has officially been 5 years now. April 24th was the anniversary date. So the show is now 5 years old, Scott. We did it. We made it to 5 years.
Holy shit.
Yeah, absolutely insane. And I got to be honest, man, I got no intention of leaving. I'm going to do this until they have to drag me out of this chair.
I got nothing better to do than power rank my kids on a daily basis. So I'll be here every week. Fuck.
This is gonna keep going. So we're gonna keep pounding through. Listen, thank you guys so much for tuning in. I should probably hit the outro music. That would help. One of these days I'm gonna figure this all out. Listen, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Appreciate it so much. Be sure to follow the show at Craft Bee Sports on Twitter and Instagram. Go check out the Twitter after this show. I'll tweet out who the winners were. Follow us on Facebook. Subscribe to the YouTube. Subscribe, rate, and review wherever you get your podcast. Even if you listen to us constantly on the live stream, go subscribe, rate, and review on your podcast app too, because it helps the show so much. You have no idea how much that helps us out. So go do that. Also, subscribe, rate, and review to all of the shows on Belly Up Sports. There are tons of amazing people that are contributing to Belly Up Sports. Great articles that are coming out constantly. Some good shows that are being pumped out daily. Go to bellyupsports.com.
Hey, Mike.
Yes, Drew.
Real quick, how many times do they have to rate the show if they listen weekly? Do they have to rate every show every week?
Keep rating. Just keep giving us 5 stars.
Keep rating. Just keep throwing
rating.
Stuff up.
Go to a different platform, rate us on that one. Go to a different platform, rate us on that one. Go subscribe to all of those platforms: Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, Podbean, all of them. Go everywhere and rate on all of them every single week, and then unsubscribe and then resubscribe and then review again. That's the way that this show grows. Thank you guys for tuning in. Okay. We'll be back next week as we wind down our time with Don, since he's moving on from us. So tune in next week. We will see you guys. Cheers, everybody.